a truly innovative offering for two backpackers or campers. It's the Sierra Designs Flashlight two-person tent, and there are unique features about this tent that make it extremely roomy on the inside for the pack size and the pack weight, and it allows you to use the tent in a couple of different ways. One thing I really appreciate about this tent is the pole structure and how they've designed that. The first thing that stood out to me about this tent, and something that I really appreciate, is the design of the pole structure here. So down towards the foot box, you've got a hubbed pole design. They're press fit aluminum poles. They're lightweight and packable and very sturdy. So down towards the foot box there, you've got those poles. They're included with the tent. And once you have everything staked out, you've got a really sturdy design there towards the foot box with that pole. Now moving up the tent, at the peak height, you just have two straight up and down poles. You don't have any domed poles that go across. They're really lightweight, but what you can do is take those poles out and use trekking poles instead. So you set the trekking poles up in there to the desired length, and then you have a lot of weight savings with the tent. You also have a little bit smaller of a pack size. Now, because of the non-freestanding design here, there are many guy out points. These lines are positioned really well so that they're out of the way. So when you get in and out of the tent, the guy lines aren't in the way there. But once you have everything staked out and everything guyed out, this tent is incredibly sturdy. More sturdy than I've seen on some other tents with this sort of design, or trekking pole tents that tend to be a little bit more flimsy in the wind. This is incredibly sturdy when you've got everything guyed out. Now looking at the door here, you do have two doors and two gear closets. So for two backpackers, you've got your own gear closets here. And unlike a true vestibule, these gear closets are nice and out of the way. So if you've got your backpack stored in there, you've got your boots in there, you're not gonna have to fumble over top of them to get in and out of the tent, which is a design that I really like. Now this gear closet I have completely open. There's 3 different points of adjustment on that door. So you can open it completely, you can put it kind of halfway and completely seal off all of your gear. So if you've got rain coming down, if you've got some wind and rain, that can be completely sealed off. So you've got your backpack dry under that gear closet, or you can open it a little bit more so that you have easier access to your gear from the inside of the tent. Now this door is nice and big, easy in and out. I've got it completely opened right now. It's a triangle design, so you can open both sides of that. Behind that door, there's also mesh. So if you do have some rain coming in, you can close the door all the way. You've got waterproof material there. But if you need a little bit more breathability, you can open that up and have the mesh as protection from insects and bugs and that kind of thing. Now you do have a nice awning right here. So even if you do have rain coming down, it's coming straight down, you can still have that mesh door open and the rain isn't going to come in. Now if you've got rain coming sideways, you're going to have to close that up all the way. But this awning is really well positioned. You're saving some weight by not having a true rain fly that goes all the way to the ground. Now the materials here are incredibly durable. They're completely waterproof and seam taped, so you're protected from groundwater, you're protected from the rain. And unlike a single wall or double wall tent, this is kind of a hybrid design. So the rain fly here on the top is actually connected to the tent. You don't have a separate tent body and rain fly to put on over top. And that gives you weight savings as well, because you don't have redundancy in the materials. Unlike some single wall tents that can be really stuffy, this has ventilation 180 degrees all the way around. So you've got lots of breathability. There's mesh behind the gear closets, mesh in the door there, and then even in the foot box of the tent, you have a big open panel of mesh. So you're not gonna have all that condensation on balmy nights. You're definitely gonna have that breathability that you need in the tent. Now we're gonna go inside the tent and check out some of the features in there. The interior space in here is pretty sprawling for a 2-person backpacking tent. You've got 88 inches in length here. It's 50 inches wide at the widest point, and that allows you to have 2 25-inch wide sleeping mats, which is a luxurious amount of space. And not only do you have that 50-inch width down here on the footprint of the tent, but because of those straight up and down poles and because of the vertical sidewalls, you have that same amount of space up here towards the top. So you've got all kinds of elbow room. Unlike a regular tent or a dome style tent that tapers in towards the top, this stays wide. So if two backpackers need to spend time inside this tent, they can be sitting up. They have plenty of room above their head to move around. And you've got plenty of room there in the foot box as well. Now it does taper in towards the foot box in the height and a little bit in the width, but you've got plenty of sprawling room in here. You've got some gear pockets to get some small items up off of the ground. One thing I really like is this light diffusing pocket. You can put your headlamp in here and it diffuses the light to give you a really ambient light on the inside of the tent. It's really packable, it's really lightweight, so it doesn't add any weight to the tent, but unlike having that harsh light inside the tent, it really gives you that ambient light. You can play cards, you can look inside your backpack, and it is adjustable, so you can move it up and down, you can move it side to side, and this also has a string here, so you can even hang some gear on that string if you want to, which is a really nice feature. The other thing I really like about the interior is just all those panels of mesh that I mentioned earlier. You can really tell you've got all kinds of breathability in here. You've got that sprawling room, you've got the comfort of the breathability, and because you have such a small pack size and it comes in at a relatively low weight, you've got a great backpacking tent for two backpackers who are looking for the optimum amount of features and the optimum amount of space at a low weight. It's the Sierra Designs Flashlight 2-person tent.